In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of water and options to purify it. Now, water is essential for all biochemical reactions in the body. In the book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Bonjulich talks about how just 1% dehydration in your central nervous system can be responsible for significant psychological malfunction as well as physical issues, and up to 10% lack in performance. Now, there's so much pollution between our food and our air that water dilutes and eliminates for us. In fact, the doctor says that persistent dehydration is the cause for all disease, including cancer, as well as chronic pain and so many other things. And most people have persistent dehydration because water is the only thing that hydrates in the way that it does. So he says, for example, milk is a food and doesn't hydrate that way, as well as coffee dehydrates more than you're actually drinking in the cup. So let's talk about your options for getting water. Most people know that tap water is full of heavy metals, carcinogens, as well as so many other poisons and toxins, and that's why the selling water is a billion-dollar industry. But let's talk about how bad it is. Studies have shown pesticides, heavy metals, human and animal waste, cysts and other parasites, chlorine and antibiotics that kill your gut bacteria, as well as common chemical contaminants such as arsenic, radon, lead, and nitrates. Now, multiple studies have shown that toxins from tap water have serious consequences for pregnant women, causing underweight newborns, and can increase the risk of stillbirths. Now, most people know not to drink this, but what they fail to realize is how much they ingest it anyway. And I'm not just talking about in public restaurants or stuff like that. People clean their vegetables in it. They also make foods in it, like pastas and soups. They make coffee in it and ice cube trays. And the worst danger of all is showering in it. And in the next video, I'm going to show you an incredible solution to purifying your shower water that you're absolutely going to love. So let's talk about our options for getting something better than tap water. And number one is bottled water, which causes a whole host of other problems. Studies have shown that there are over 24,000 chemicals in bottled water alone, many of which are endocrine disruptors. Now, many people know that plastic bottles leach chemicals into the water, like BPA, especially when they're heated. So they know not to use them in the microwave or drink them after it's been sitting in a hot car. But what you don't know is what was the heat like in the truck that brought the bottled water to you or to the store. Now, BPA is a proven hormone disruptor, and there's even reports of girls as young as 7 years old that are entering puberty because of eating estrogen-mimicking hormone disruptors like BPA from bottled water. BPA has also been linked to many other problems like breast cancer, prostate cancer, immune compromises, neurological disorders, and migraines in 1 in 7 people who ingest the contaminant. The average time the water is in the bottle from the time it's packaged is about 2 months. And Ralph Nader's Natural Resource Defense Council did a study on 50 bottled waters and found out that 70% of them were just repackaged tap water. And what most people don't know is a lot of the big companies include fluoride in their bottled water. I'm going to include a link and a chart below showing you which ones do. So let's talk about the many problems bottled water causes the environment. To begin with, it takes 18 million barrels of oil to transport bottled water, and it grows every year. According to National Geographic, 67 million plastic bottles make it into our landfills every day. That's enough to bury Manhattan Island in a foot of plastic bottles. And only 10% of plastic bottles get recycled. Just because you put your plastic bottle in the recycling bin doesn't mean that it gets recycled. If we eliminate bottled water, we eliminate one of the biggest problems facing our environment today. There's a great movie called Tap that talks about all the problems associated with bottled water for our bodies and for the environment. And just so you know, boiling the water is not a solution. All that does is kill the bacteria. It doesn't take out the heavy metals, the chemicals, the carcinogens, or anything else that's in the water. And in fact, it actually increases the fluoride that's in the water. The best option you have is to get spring water from a spring. Now, I'm going to include a link called findaspring.com that shows you all the links that are near you. If that's not an option for you, home filter is the way to go. Now, countertop units like pitchers or attach-on items to your sink tap take out chlorine and a couple of the other contaminants, but they're not a great option because they still leave a lot of the other toxins in the water. Now, they're absolutely better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but my favorite filter is made by Aquasana. Now if you can get the whole home unit, great, but if not, I like the 2 or 3 stage filters because it takes out so many of the carcinogens. Aquasana is highly rated by Consumer Reports, and they're NSF certified to remove chlorine, lead, herbicides, pesticides, cysts, asbestos, volatile organic chemicals, in addition to reducing chloramines, pharmaceuticals, and over 50 additional water contaminants. They're amongst the highest value in the industry. Pitchers run about 20 to 25 cents per gallon and take anywhere between 6 and 15 contaminants out. They take over 60 contaminants out, and they run 5 to 10 cents per gallon. The whole home unit runs 1 cent per gallon. I'll also note that 1 in 4 dogs die from cancer, so having a filter will be helpful for them as well. Now, Aquasana has a good pitcher, but I like the under-the-counter unit because I can wash my vegetables, make coffee or soups, ice cubes. It's always quick and easy because you have the faucet, and it's the best unit for taking out the toxins in the water. Installation's easy. You don't have to drill holes or anything else like that. You can just take out the sprayer that's in there, and I'm going to include links below with videos showing you how to make the installation. Now regarding reverse osmosis, I'm not a big fan of them because people don't realize that it takes all the minerals out of the water, and what they think is that it takes all of the fluoride, but it doesn't. It only takes between 70 and 80% of the fluoride out. This is why it's so important to get involved and write your city council to get them to take the fluoride out. Other options that I heard of taking fluoride out of the water are sweet basil and wheatgrass, putting that in the water. So getting a filter can save the environment and save you money. Now when leaving the house, I recommend filtering the water at home and putting it in a glass or steel. And in part 3, I also talk about traveling water filters. Now if you have to get bottled water, get it in a glass bottle that doesn't have sodium fluoride in the ingredients. Now in part 2, I talk about the devastating effects of showering in tap water and how it's actually worse than drinking it. And also one of my all-time favorite health products that is an inexpensive way to solve this problem. Hope this works well for you. Good luck.